10th February 1980 talks continue. What Maharaj said in the last few minutes is something very important. Therefore, his talks are again repeated in translation. He said, whether consciousness comes as a result of form or the form as a result of consciousness is a question arising out of our identity with body-mind. The title of pure consciousness. In this, the word pure or the title pure is merely a concept. As a matter of fact, out of the consciousness only, the 5 elements, 3 gunas, the vegetation kingdom, and out of the vegetable essences, that the food essences, various species, that is the species of worms, ants, animals, etc. are created. All visible, tangible, perceptible world takes shape out of the consciousness only, which is subtler than space and merges and dissolves into consciousness only. But with our limited and conditioned understanding through body, mind, intellect, we see the world in fragments through various forms. Actually, the very space containing the manifest world and universe is the product of the consciousness only. It will be realized in due course, in spiritual maturity, that the jnana or the knowledge that you are is the very source, the very seed of the entire world and universe of yours. With further progress, it will be realized that your body also is the image and doll out of the consciousness, and that later on it will dissolve into space only. Today, you presume that you are spiritually knowledgeable, but when you will get to know what the knowledge you are is, you will understand that the very world and universe is contained in the speck of your consciousness. That is the knowledge that you are. But at this stage, you will no more be a man with body-mind sense, that is conditioned by body-mind. Today, whatever knowledge you collect is through your firm belief that you are the body-mind and not bereft of the body-mind identity. When you see the inner world outside you, you term it as a dream. But inside what is it perceived or felt? It is contained in the feeling that you are, in your consciousness, in your beingness. Exactly the same thing happens during the waking state also, as it happens during the dream state. Your consciousness, sense of presence, sense of being, is the very shell or container in which the waking world or dream world proliferates. This is the actual state of affairs. But you accept whatever you see with your body-mind sense, that is, whatever you perceive through the inadequate yardstick or measure of your limited intellect, and believe only that much. But whatever visible or perceptible appears is an outcome of the space only. When all that disappears, again the space prevails. When your world concretizes out of space, in space, you term all that with various names and titles for your convenience to carry out your practical day-to-day activities. Actually, no such names and titles exist. All such creations do not have any authoritative, valid form or individuality as such, which is permanent or eternal. Whatever is the manifestation only, and it is beyond knowing as such. It cannot be known. Knowing or perceiving is possible through limited body-mind sense, but the manifest, transcending body-mind sense cannot be known. To realize this, you must accomplish Jnana Yoga, that is, abidance in the self, self-uniting in the self, self-subsiding in the self. Again, Jnana Yoga means to investigate and inquire how did this I amness come about, and also how did this world come about. To realize that I amness and world is one is the Jnana Yoga. Here the knowledge I am should subside or abide into the knowledge I am. This is the union, the yoga. That is the Jnana Yoga, knowledge union. But you want to unite with the body mind sense. That will not do. When the knowledge I am subsides into knowledge I am, it will be realized that in that atomic pinprick of consciousness, I amness, the entire world and universe of yours is contained, and that the very consciousness illuminates, pervades and pulsates through and through the manifest world and universe, and that this world and universe is the very shell, image and color of the knowledge I am. To realize this, that I am means the manifest world and universe, is the very fulfillment of Jnana Yoga.
We relate to our own individual. So on this particular point, you have any question?
The mind wants to be satisfied. Mind is trying to represent along its own line with any kind of metaphor. To quieten my mind, I come back to this discovery of the physicians when they reduced the whole cosmos into electrons, where there is no more matter. Electron has no matter. It is a spark of intelligence, they maintain. The electron by itself is the essence of intelligence, what they maintain, because it has in itself a total memory of the cosmic evolution they pretend. So, I try to quieten my mind to push it away, saying that physicians nowadays have reduced the whole cosmos manifestation into something immaterial but intelligent. Is this kind of metaphor useful to me or not?
This technique.
This kind of
Technique.
similar.
Simile metaphor. And using the simile technique. And clear over idea.
To put the mind at peace.
Yes, understand. म्हणजे आता जे काही लक्षात घ्यायचं आहे ते मला फक्त बुद्धीने करता येतो. मन बोलते त्या आकृती लक्षात ठेवून बोलते त्या आकृती घालून बोल. This is whatever you have said now, whatever concept you have, whatever technique you are trying to employ, with whatever object you have in mind, is totally from your identification with the body. Sure. He said, give up this identification with the body and then speak to me. Otherwise, he said, there will be no meeting point at all. You see, he speaks without the identification with the body. We speak with identification from it. How can there be a meeting point? That's why he repeats all the time.
But please, Maharaj, I want a small ladder to go. I cannot jump it right away. I need some help.
ते म्हणजे शक्य नाही.
जेव्हा तुम्हाला स्वप्न निर्माण होते, अपनाची जाग निर्माण होते, तेव्हा तुम्हाला त्या जागेला ध्यान असतो. नंतर जेव्हा त्याच्यातून तो फक्त बीज कोण असतो. आपण झाले आपण जाग आली हा बीज कोण. त्या बीज कोणातून ब्रह्मांड दृश्य निर्माण होतो आणि त्या ब्रह्मांड दृश्यात पुन्हा तुम्हालाही नवी आकृती आहे. ही माया. त्या जगात पाहण्याकरता फिरण्याकरता वागण्याकरता मला एक आकृती येते. तेव्हा तरी त्या जागृती असते का? जागृती असते काय असते का? तो देव त्या कायेत असतो, जागृतीत असतो का? जाणीवेमध्ये नाही. पण त्यावेळेला तिथं निर्माण त्या तो घेऊन तिथून आवडला तरी पण हे सर्व त्या ज्ञानकोशामध्ये रस्त आहे. पुन्हा ते ज्ञानकोशामध्ये अदृश्य होईल. तेव्हा तुम्ही आकृती रहित होऊन त्याचा विचार करा.
Now Maharaj says, you say that you can't give up this identity and suddenly go somewhere else. But he says, what has come first? Has your identification with the body come first? Or has this consciousness, this sense of existing being, which has come first? He said, your identification could not have come first. When you first wake up, what happens? This consciousness, this sense of being, this beingness comes in. But at that time, all that anyone has is only this sense of consciousness, this beingness. There is no individuality at that point. Only after that, when we have to behave and act in this world, then we take on this individual form. But before this individual form comes this identity, this consciousness. So he said, hang on to this consciousness. And in this consciousness, out of this speck of consciousness, comes the total manifestation, the total world with millions of forms. And my form, when I wake up, is only one of the millions of forms in this total manifestation. So he said, mark clearly, when this consciousness comes, it is total consciousness, along with millions of forms, in which mine or yours is only one form. There is no individuality doesn't come in at that stage. So he says, speak from that stage. Before the individuality comes.
ते जर पार नसताना आपण असल्यास तर सोपडू ज्ञान त्या पुढे दिसणाऱ्या दृश्याचा बीज कोड असतो. त्याला आकार नाही हवा. बीज कोड असतो म्हणजे बोलत असतो.
एवढं सांगतो. Now he says again, be very clear that out of this speck of consciousness is the seed, is the very seed of the total manifestation and the millions of forms in which mine is and yours is only a form. This is the seed of the entire manifestation. This small speck of consciousness.
शिवचा अर्थ शिव म्हणजे बीज आणि याच्यातून निर्माण होणार आहे त्याचे बीज. झाड मोठं निर्माण होते त्याचे बीज. आता त्या बीजाला तिचा आकार काही नसतो. फक्त चेतन आणि गुण हा धर्म असतो. चेतन म्हणजे प्राणही म्हणा आणि गुण म्हणजे स्वतः असलेलं त्याला ज्ञान. ज्ञानातून ज्ञान निर्माण त्याला जन्म येते, माणसातून नाही.
This speck of consciousness, this seed, what we call, has no form. This speck of consciousness. Now, there's a big tree. The big tree comes out of the small seeds. Now, that seed of the tree may have a form, but this seed of the universe, which is this speck of consciousness, has no form.
मोठमोठे योगी आहे पण आपला कल्पनेत योग करायचे. ती जाग जी येते सोपन म्हणून तिथे आपण आमच्याकडे काही कल्पना नसते. आता जी जाग आली दिसणाऱ्या त्या विचार जगाचा किंवा झाडाचे बीज आणि ते बीजातून ते झाड निर्माण करतो. नंतर त्याला वावराला पण आकृती येते काल्पनिक आणि त्याच्यात तो सुख दुःख भोगतो. परंतु कोणी भोगलं ज्ञानातून ज्ञान येऊ झाला, ज्ञानातून ज्याला स्फुरण झाले, ज्ञानातून ज्ञानाला ज्ञान झालं, माणसाला किंवा कोणाला नाही. तो ज्ञानातील ज्ञान कोशामध्ये जग आहे हे जो जाणतो तो कोटीमध्ये एखादा.
Out of this speck of consciousness comes the concept of the entire universe. Now what does the yogi do? He says whatever he thinks of, whatever he does, is only a concept in his own mind. That is, in his own individual consciousness, which is only a speck of this consciousness. So anything that comes of this speck of consciousness is a concept. So the entire world is really a concept out of this seed of consciousness.
त्या ज्ञान योगातून हा विश्वयोग निर्माण झाला. आत्मज्ञान आपण आत्मबोध असतो. त्याच्या त्याच्यातून हा दुसरा योग निर्माण झाला. पण तो त्याला वेगळा नाही, ज्ञानाचा वेगळा नाही. आता ज्ञानाला तिचं नामरूप नाही, आकार असला तर तिचं नामरूप वेगळा. पण ज्ञानाचे जेव्हा ज्ञान विकृप आहे, ज्ञान योगी झाला आहे, तोपर्यंत त्याला स्वतःला नामरूप काही नाही. पण त्याच्यातून जे दर्शन निर्माण होते त्याला कुठल्याच नामरूप येतात.
Out of this seed of consciousness, this total manifestation that has come about, that is being given all kinds of names. But this speck of consciousness itself has no name, no form. But whatever is manifested is given various kinds of names. And this, whatever comes about, is the knowledge born out of this first seed of consciousness, which is knowledge. Ultimately, we think there are two, the individual persons, but ultimately it is all one.
जो मी ज्ञानी झालो, मला ज्ञान आहे म्हणतो, त्याला ते ज्ञान योग कळलेला ना.
Anyone who says, or say, if I say I have this knowledge, then I am ignorant. Because out of this knowledge, the entire knowledge is of this knowledge, which is itself basically ignorant. So if I say that I have got knowledge, I do not have had it, I have not had it.
ज्ञान योगाला काही कळत नाही. सर्वत्र ज्ञान योग, ज्ञान नाही ज्ञान, त्याला व्यक्तित्व नाही आणि व्यक्तित्व आहे तो व्यापक आहे. पण कोट्यामध्ये मध्ये हा एखादा त्याला अन्य काही ज्ञान नाही. अवघाचं ज्ञानातील ज्ञान योग. पाण्यातील पाणी मिळालेले, पाण्यातून पाण्यात मिळाले, दुसऱ्या पाण्याला काय लागणार.
If I say I have knowledge, I do not have knowledge. Why? He said, if there is a small drop of water in a total quantity of water, and that drop of water is mixed in that water, which drop of water will say that I am a drop? The individuality is completely vanished. So long as someone says I am not, it means that he still hangs on to his individuality. Therefore, he has not had knowledge. The knowledge, only when an individual loses his individuality and becomes knowledge, then he is no longer there to say that I have got knowledge. Who has got knowledge? Who is to say that he has got knowledge? He becomes knowledge.
असे प्रश्न कोणी त्याला सहसा करत नाही आणि त्याला उत्तर पण देणारा भेटत.
He says, rarely will someone ask such a question, and there is even rarer someone who will give an answer to this.
जरा मागे बसलो. बरोबर विनंती करू. ज्ञानाचा ज्ञानाची योग आहे.
हो.
अन्याचं कोणाचं काय नाही. आता ते केवळ ज्ञान गवसणे म्हणजे जाणवणे, गवसणं म्हणजे सापडले असं जाणवते. पण काय म्हणून मी जागा आहे, आपण जागा आहे असं ज्ञान गवसणे. आता जागा आहे एवढं झालं नसतं. ते बीज आहे दिसणाऱ्या जगाचं. कोणत्या दृश्याचं ते बीज आहे. तुझ्या बीजातून ते सहज बाहेर पडले. आता त्याच्यामध्ये मायेनं काय केलं, त्याला एक आकृती दिली. आणि त्या आकृतीमुळे त्या जगामध्ये सुख दुःख होऊ. नंतर ते जग आणि ती आकृती ज्ञान गोलकामध्ये असेल.
There is only one state. In that state, there is no knowledge of anyone existing. No one to say that I exist. Then in that state, suddenly for no reason, came the feeling, I am. The moment that comes in, then this original state gets colored by this sense of being. And that seed creates the entire manifestation. And what has the Maya done in this manifestation? To that which had no individuality, no form, the Maya gives a form. And this knowledge mistakenly assumed that instead of being the pure knowledge, he said, I am that form. That is what Maya has done. Ultimately, the entire manifestation and this beingness merges in the original state, where there is no knowing.
ज्ञान योगाशी जोपर्यंत काय ते भिन्न हो किंचित तोपर्यंत तुमच्याबद्दल तुम्हाला गरज किंवा पाहिजे अशी कल्पना असेल. पण ज्ञानयोगाची आपण ज्ञानयोग झाला आहे तेव्हा तुम्ही अमका चमकाही उमकाय नसणार. अमका चमकाही उमकाय नसणार. हा ज्ञानयोग आहे. आता ही कुंडली जागृत झाले ते याचं विरोध करणार नाही. मुक्तानंद हे विरोध करणार नाही. ती कुंडली कशात जागृतीचं काय आहे हे नाव कशाने आलेलं आहे आणि ती धडकते तिथे काय आहे. जसं आता हे आहे ते गॅस आहे तर कुंडली तिथे मुक्ते तिथं काय आहे ते सांगणार नाही. पूर्ण ज्ञान येऊ नये त्याला ती शक्ती निर्माण झाली त्याच्यामध्ये रमले आहे.
Maharaj said most people who consider themselves to be jnani and others who consider them jnani, they will not give you this ultimate knowledge because they themselves haven't had it. And what is this state? He says that state where there was no question of anyone's being, their beingness itself is not there. But once that beingness comes in, then these people who consider themselves jnani limit themselves to this level of the consciousness. There is not been that jnana yoga. That is, this consciousnness has not merged with the original state. Therefore, they can only speak from that level where there is a beingness, where the state of duality. The original state they have not understood. Therefore, they can only speak from that level of consciousness only. Therefore, they cannot and will not give you the...
I quite agree that we have been at the highest level. We have reached the highest level. But suddenly Maharaj has said, out of that highest knowledge comes the I am. So we are there at the root of the total mystery.
ते म्हणजे आपण म्हणतात तेच म्हणजे भक्ती बरोबर आहे. कारण आपण किती वरती गेलो तरी हे जाणीवेपर्यंतच जाणार.
वरची खालची जातो आहे ही उमका कशामुळे
on what do you base you are saying that you go at a particular level? You say what to understand by that level? What is the basis on which you say that?
ही सरळ विभक्ती आहे. ही सरळ विभक्ती आहे म्हणून कल्पना आहे.
He said this is a statement from the sense of duality. Therefore, it's only a concept.
विभक्तीचा साधा अर्थ भिन्नता.
He said this because there is a separation. Therefore, this concept comes in. That there are various levels is itself a concept.
So there is misunderstanding. I thought I had heard Maharaj say that there is total undifferentiation at the supreme level. And then he said, in that supreme level, there comes a focal point, I am. Did he say that?
ते म्हणजे आधी काही वेळेमधून मग ते जाणीव उत्पन्न होती हे म्हटलं ते म्हटलं महाराजांनी. सो व्हॉट इज द क्वेश्चन?
पण जिथे ओळखीचा ओळखीला योग म्हणजे ज्ञानाचा योग ज्ञानाला झाला पाहिजे. ज्ञान ओळखीचा योग ओळखीला झाला पाहिजे. आता तू किंवा मी बोलतो आधी सुट्टेवर बोलतो आणि वारकासाठी तुम्ही बोलता ती वारकासाठी कुठून येते. आणखी तिथे आपण आहे ही सुद्धा कशाची गुण आहे. आपण असल्याची सुट्टी आहे हा कशाचा गुण आहे. इथं काहीतरी आहे की नाही हे जाणलं नाही.
Any further concept can arise only from that initial part of knowingness. Thereafter, whatever one perceives, whatever one thinks, can only be a concept born of this sense of duality. So he says, consider therefore where do all these thoughts, perceptions come from? They can only come from this speck of consciousness. Go further back and find out How does this speck of consciousness arise? What is the constitution of that? Think on those lines. Go to the source of this very speck of consciousness.
पण मी काय बोलत नाही सुचत नाही काही बोलत नाही सुचून आल्यानंतर वाहून आल्यानंतर ते म्हणून दाखवते म्हणून फक्त दाखवते तुला बोलता आलेलं नाही बोलणं आलं तर तू म्हणून दाखवलं पण ही तू असल्याची सूची म्हणजे काय आहे आणि त्याच्यातून सुचतही कसं काय तेव्हा ती सूची म्हणजे काय आहे त्या सूचीमध्ये तुझ्या ही काय आहे मानते आहे पण त्या सूचीमध्ये अवघे ब्रह्मांड आहे त्याच्यात काय आहे
This is now you speak. What do you speak? You can only voice, give expression to the thoughts that arise in it. Where do these thoughts arise? In that speck of consciousness. Now, that speck of consciousness is a go to the source of that speck of consciousness, out of which the entire manifestation has taken place, out of that little speck of consciousness. And in that total manifestation, with millions of forms, yours is only one. So solve this mystery first. So out of this speck of consciousness comes the total manifestation, with millions of forms. You are one of the forms. And that form, one form out of millions, has thoughts. Those thoughts speaks that form. So what that form speaks is only giving expression to thought. Those thoughts come from the original speck of consciousness. The circle is complete. You should find out the mystery of this. That is the whole point.
इकडे पदार्थ त्यांनी दाखवलेले आता किती समजून घालतो नाही पदार्थ दाखवलेले सगळ्या काय आहे पदार्थाच्या रसाची आकृती आहे आणि पदार्थाच्या आकृतीत पदार्थ म्हणून जो आहे त्या पदार्थाचा गुण आहे कोणालाही आपण हे जाणवते असा म्हणजे त्याला सत्वगुण म्हटलेलं आता हा सत्वगुण कोण आणि कुठून कसं हे जाणतं मी त्या ज्ञान नाही होऊन पाहत तेव्हा तुम्हाला वेगळं दिसेल की तुम्ही असल्याची जाण हे मूल्य बीज आहे त्याच्या मध्ये जग आहे आणि जगामध्ये तुम्हाला आम्ही असलेली आकृती आहे जगामध्ये तुम्ही असलेली आकृती आहे पण जगात ते बीज म्हणून जे आहे ते ज्ञात लोकांची ज्ञात लोकच आहे त्याच्यामध्ये अमकाच अमकाची उमका नाही उमका आली कल्पना आलीच पण तरी आपल्याला काहीतरी म्हणून समाधान म्हणून घ्यावं चालू
It is sprouting of I-amness. Stirring of I-amness. The movement of I-amness.
माझ्या मनात लिहिलं होतं मी काय मध्ये काय समज
The feeling of I-amness. Move of I-amness. Movement of I-amness. Another one, movement of I-amness. Complete calm motion. Stir has been created.
आजारी बघायला गेलो कोणती गोष्ट मग त्याला मी हात मारले वगैरे काही बोलू नाही का नाही त्याला उमका नाही आपण नाही आत्मबोध नाही जाणवत आपण आत्मबोध जाणवत नाही म्हणून माझ्या शब्दाला जबाब दिला नाही
Suppose there is a patient and people feel he is almost gone. Why do they say he is almost gone? Because when they feel his pulse or they call him, he does not respond. He does not respond because that feeling of I-amness is not there in him, in that patient, in that body. When he responds by anything or something, That is what humka. There is humming. Something like responding and indicating that I am alive. I have the feeling of I amness. That is humka.
The very good sadhana to fall asleep as many times as possible day and night in order to experience the I amness in the waking up.
ती एक तंत्र सांगते म्हणे करायचं झोपायचं असं केलं म्हणजे आपल्याला ती जागेपणाची जाणीव येते ती तुम्हाला ओळखता ना तिथे यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू रिकॉग्नाइज दॅट
पण आणखी एक मला ऐकून ठेवा तुम्ही ज्ञान आहे अंतकाळ म्हणतात तिकडे त्यावेळेला तुला महत्वाची कल्पना आली तर मला ज्ञान कोण गेले ज्ञानाची ज्ञानाचा योग झाला नाही ज्ञानामध्ये काहीतरी वेगळ्या जातीची भूमिका शिल्लक राहिली नेमका चमका हिरवा पुरुष ही भूमिका जर शिल्लक राहिली तरी काही पूर्ण योग झाला नाही तुमचा.
He says your abidance in the awareness will not be complete, he says. If even a little iota, little trace is left at the time of death, that I am a male or I am a female, if such an idea is left, that means Jnana Yoga is not complete. Your abidance in the self will not be complete. And if your Jnana Yoga is not complete, you will not be able to watch the falling of the body and the disappearance of the vital breath and the disappearance of I amness.
हा शेवट हे शेवट करतो म्हणून तुम्ही म्हणता ते शेवट करतो पहिल्या लोकांचं काय ज्ञान तुम्हाला
What you call death is the other end. What about the first end? That is the birth end. Death is the other end. You are talking about the death end. What about the knowledge, whatever knowledge you have about the birth? Do you know about the birth?
हे जे गर्भवासामध्ये 9 महिने गेले तिथे तुम्हाला उंका होती का 10व्या महिन्यात तुमचं नाव भारी नाव लिहिलं तरी पण मूळ अज्ञानात होतं मुलगा आहे की मुलगी आहे उंका नाही नंतर 2-3 वर्षांनंतर काय आणखी आईचं ज्ञान आणि शब्द ज्ञान जेव्हा झाले तेव्हा तुम्हाला कळू लागले बाकी ते 9 महिने आणखी दुसरी 2 वर्ष तुम्हाला काय उंका होती
Whatever that principle that was conceived or planted in conception and which was in the womb for 9 months without knowing itself. Then the body formation took place and the child was delivered. And that child with that principle inside at the age of about 1 year or 2 years started knowing itself and its mother. In the womb that principle did not know itself.
9 महिन्याची सगळी तुम्ही जाणता का 12 महिन्यामध्ये मूल म्हणजे अज्ञान झालं अज्ञान
Whatever service that happened during the course of that womb state, do you know?
That there was consciousness in that form.
त्यामध्ये जाणीव होती त्या देहामध्ये
जाणत होती
वॉज इट नोईंग इट सेल्फ
आता ती जाणीव भरलेली आता सगळं भरलेलं ठीक आहे पण जाणवते तिथं 9 महिन्यात जाणवते का
during that 9 months womb state did it know itself that consciousness?
No, but it was in the form.
नाही जाणव नाही पण त्यामध्ये होतं ते
आणि ह्याच्यामध्ये आहे ना ते वाढ कशाला झाली याची
it is everywhere it is already in the flowers also it is here also but it does not know itself.
Good, understood.
समजलं म्हणून that stage is required not to be understood not
काय समजलं
what did you understand it
That there is nothing else but consciousness.
जाणीविषयी काही नाही
लिंग समजत नाही खोटं पडलं तर समजलं आतापर्यंत मी समजत होतो ते खोटं पडलं हे समज
You see, when you have understood, whatever you have understood all along has been disproved as unreal. When it is disproved or when it is turned into unreal, then you got it. Then it clicked.
समजलं का
You follow?
ज्ञान
You don't understand it.
योगा ज्ञानामध्ये ज्ञानाचा योग झाल्यानंतर त्याला काय समजले? खोटं पडलं. समजत होतो तेवढं खोटं पडलं.
You see, the crucial, final, finale of this abidance of the self in the self, when it really happens, you follow? Then only it is realized whatever is understood is this truth. It has no validity. You follow?
महासिद्धीचा अनुभव घेणाऱ्याला हे ज्ञान नाही. ते त्या सिद्धीमध्ये रमलेलं आहे. मान सन्मान अंक तुमका ऐश्वर्य त्याच्यामध्ये रमताय.
The so-called sages, you see, who are after honor and distinction, they are busy, receiving honors because of their power for miracles. In the course of it, they get certain miracles and they are stagnating there only because they get honor. They are not reached the highest. Their abidance in the self is not complete, total.
पुन्हा जेव्हा सिद्धीवर आला एका 2-3 वर्ष तेव्हा त्याने त्या त्रिवेची माहिती ऐकली.
The child, after a couple of years, then it was given all the information as you see on the TV screen. This thing happened, that thing happened, etc. He didn't know. This is all hearsay.
म्हणजे ही कला कुशलता कशामध्ये घडते? केमिकल मध्ये. You know chemical.
So finally all this happening, all these skills, everything, where do they happen? They do happen in that cell of I amness, in the speck of I amness. But you are not that. You are not that cell of I amness. In that I amness everything is happening, the world is created. But you are not.
भाऊसाहेबांना 100 वेळा तुझा कुठे ओळख आपण म्हणून 100 लक्षात ओळख धरून ठेवलेली आहे. ती ओळख धरून कोणी ठेवली आहे?
Now you see that
तुम्ही आधी असल्याची आठवणी कशा बघून आहे? कोणी आठवण कोणी धरून ठेवली आहे? केमिकल.
you understand which way it is. This is like a chemical. What is that chemical? Chemical that holds on to the identity I am. I amness. That's a chemical. Food essence quality chemical is it. It is like that photographic chemical. That photograph is about 100 years old. But the photographic principle chemical that is there, that is holding on to that image of his guru's guru.
हे कोण करून ठेवलं आहे? ही ओळख कोणी धरली आहे?
Similarly, who is catching hold of that image, that photographic chemical, that identity, that image?
आता केमिकलने धरून ठेवलेले पाळून ठेवलेले आठवण वाचते ते मेकॅनिकल.
So it is the chemical which grasps itself as I am, that identity, carries on its activity through mechanically it carries out its activity.
कर्मक्रिया.
He calls it
मेकॅनिकल म्हणजे कर्मक्रिया.
understood?
बरोबर आहे. वागणूक.
Yes, but that chemical did work only because Maharaj was there. The chemical by itself does not work. I need a Maharaj to take the picture.
ते केमिकलने आपली छोटी घेतली नसती, आपण तिकडे नसतात असं तिथं म्हणतात.
आपण म्हणजे कोण पण आपण अर्थ काय त्याला नाव घेता.
I told him, because he was there, the image was caught by that chemical. So what is that he is asking? What is that he? He is what?
What is that?
He. The chemical caught his image. Because he is there.
Yes.
What is that he is asking?
An image created by consciousness? An image created by consciousness? Maharaj?
Just the body. Whose consciousness you are talking?
Consciousness has taken the form of Maharaj.
Whose consciousness?
Universal.
हे जे विराट जाणीव आहे त्या जाणीवेने हा देहाचं हे रूप घेतलेलं आहे असं म्हणतात.
एखाद्या होतं ना अवघ्या जगात
ते दोघं
विश्वरूप विश्वंभर
ते सांगितले. विराट जाणीवेने हे रूप घेतलेले आहे असं म्हणतात.
विराट जाणीवेने नाही घेतलं, ते सूक्ष्म जाणीवेने विराट रूप घेतलं.
इट इज अदर वे इट इज. The speck of consciousness, the pinprick of consciousness has taken this manifest form.
आणि स्वप्न जगाचा तुला अनुभव आहे तो.
For example, understand, the experience we get in dream. The speck of consciousness apparently woke up in deep sleep and created in the dream world, manifest dream world.
So it belongs to my dream world?
म्हणजे आपण माझ्या स्वप्नामध्ये आहात का? आपण माझ्या स्वप्नामध्ये आहात का? हे सगळं. Now you must be clear, huh? You means what you are referring to. You will not be caught by your you.
ध्यान योगात एक आत्मयोगाचा भाग आहे. तुमच्या मी आणि माझ्या तुमचं काय पण तुम्ही म्हणजे सेवा तुम्ही हे आहे म्हणून तुमच्याकरता तुम्ही काय आहात, तुमच्याकरता तुम्ही काय आहात ते सुमा.
It is in the manifestation of your consciousness, because you are holding on to something as your body, then you refer to somebody else as you and others. Therefore he said, again find out what you are. You are talking about you and he.
कोठून घेऊन मी जर जगत फेकला तर तुम्हाला लागणार नाही. काय लोक काही निघत माझ्या जगत लागला नाही.
As I told you, if you hit him with that word you, it will not reach him. So now he says, if you fling a stone with your sling, you see, and hit at me, aim at me, I shall not be hit. Untouched. It's correct. Of the word, he says, whatever knowledge was thrown at you has not scored its mark. There is another meaning. I am not to provide. He cannot be
मूळ माया, महत्त्व मूळ माया, महत्त्व ब्रह्मसूत्र हिरण्य गर्भ. त्याचा अनुभव काय आहे?
Now there are various titles given to that.
ते जाणलेले महात्मे म्हणून नाव आलंय. हे ज्यांनी जाणलं त्याला जगामध्ये महात्मे म्हणतात, महत्त्व जाणले.
That I amness principle is known by various titles, by various names. Mahatattva, highest principle. Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb. Mahat Sutra, Brahma Sutra, the very innermost string on which the entire manifestation is strung. Presumptuously, you might be thinking that you have become a jnani. The one who thinks he is a jnani is full of ignorance only. त्याचा अर्थ केला. तू महाराजा तू म्हणून जो दगड मारला तो महाराजांना लागला नाही, कारण महाराज जाणवीच्या पलीकडे दगड नाही ना. बहुत आलेले
माझ्या
पण आपल्याला दगड लागत नाही म्हटलं तरी अनर्थ होत नाही.
मी दगड मारला, तो दगड लागला असता तर माझं ज्ञान सगळं खोटं पडलं. मी सांगितलं खोटं पडलं कारण ते जा झाली जरा आपण काय आहे.
The stone which I had hit, which I had flung, if it had scored the mark, if it had got the mark, then whatever I had told would have been nullified. Because whatever you have heard cannot be you. From that standpoint.
So Maharaj, awareness seems to be the highest possible term used for the highest level, still possible to be mentioned.
9th February 1980, talks continued.
तो म्हणतोय समजा त्या आकृत्या बघत असताना आम्हाला मागचे विचार सगळे येतात. त्या विचारात आम्ही त्या आकृतीकडे बघत असतो आणि स्पष्ट स्मृतीत मागच्या स्मृतीला बघत असतो, त्यामुळे ते स्पष्ट दिसत नाही. तर आपण म्हणतात ते हेच आहे का? हे स्मृतीचा बघणे, स्मृती म्हणजे नॉलेज घेते, जाणीव मेमरी. तिथनं आम्ही ते आकृत्या बघत असतो. बरोबर आहे.
If what we see is only knowledge of our past experience, you see, or whether there is something
You are looking at an object. To the screen of past memory.
Yeah.
Now you are seeing
is only what we see in
past memory is the knowledge because of the observation.
Yes.
Like that you are saying. Yeah. हे ज्ञान या आकारामुळे का?
कोणत्या आकारात?
आता एक आकार आम्हाला दिसला. आता मला मागच्या स्मृती आहेत ह्याच्याबद्दल किंवा दुसऱ्या स्मृती. आता ह्या ज्या स्मृती आहेत ह्या आकारामुळे का असं म्हणतो.
स्मृतीतून आकार उद्भवतात आणि दिसतात. स्मृतीतून आकार उद्भवतात आणि दिसतात, त्याच्याची तुम्ही व्यवहार मानता.
He says out of memory you observe the appearances or images and through that actions you carry out the actions.
स्मृती नसताना काहीतरी दिसतं का?
समजत नाही. स्मृती म्हणजे
नाही जमलं. मग त्याला जाणीव म्हणा.
You see, he is not referring to the past. You are, that is, he is called the memory. Memory is you are, because you are, you see the images. If you are not, you can't see the images. He calls that as memory. Not the past or something has happened. Not that. Is it clear? If you are, you can see. If you are not, you can't see.
दुसरा पदार्थाबद्दल त्याच्याबद्दल या आठवड्याला तुम्ही स्मृती म्हणता. हा तुमचा व्यवसाय आहे. पण मुळामध्ये तुम्ही असल्याची जी स्मृती म्हणून आहे त्याच्यातूनच ना, त्याच्यामध्ये स्मृती साठवलेली आहे, त्याच्यातून उपयोग करतात.
See, what you call memory, suppose you have got see somebody, you have got some past memories of that person. Those are the memories, they are second-rate memories. But the primary memory is the memory you are. That you are must be there for you to observe anything. And these memories with respect to articles or persons is necessary for you to carry out your day-to-day activities. But the very capacity to observe will arise out of the memory you are, primary memory you are, consciousness. That is the consciousness, that is I am-ness.
त्याप्रमाणे छोटे मुली असेल वाटल्याची स्मृती गाढ श्रद्धेमध्ये पुन्हा आली. काय आली तू असल्याची स्मृती आली आणि त्या स्मृतीने तुला सर्व काही दिसलेलं व्यवहार घडले. ही जी आता स्मृती आली पहिली नव्हे, गाढ मध्ये आलेली स्मृती पहिली नाही. मूळ स्मृतीची छोटीची मी स्मृती निर्माण झाली म्हणजे आठवण आली. मी होतो आणि झोपलो आहे, त्याच्यातून एक स्मृती निर्माण झाली आणि त्याच्यातूनच तो सर्व पाहिलं केलं. पण नंतर भागवत स्मृती गेली आणि मूळ स्मृती आली, त्यात सगळं पाहिलं तेव्हा सगळं करू. स्मृती आली तर मूळ स्मृतीची स्मृती नाही का? जो झोपला आहे तो असण्याची स्मृती नाही का?
आपण मूळ स्मृती कुठल्याला होते म्हणतात?
ते झोपला आहे ती अवस्था ज्ञान आहे गेला. ती अवस्था आहे आणि ही पण अवस्था, पण ती परभोग अवस्था आहे. ही त्याच्या तुम्ही अवस्था आली.
You see, you have got a consciousness of the waking state. let us call it the primary memory state. I am. Now this primary memory of the waking state has gone into deep sleep. And in deep sleep, apparently a part of this memory, primary memory, woke up. And it created its dream world. A part of it, not the full. And it creates a dream world in which all forms are formed. In the dream world, everything is there. How long? So long as that part memory is in the waking condition. When it sets, or again goes into deep sleep, and this primary memory wakes up in the waking state, then that is completely closed, that chapter of the dream. But we were in the product of the waking of that part primary consciousness.
Even to some yogi to see the body without any action and without taking food. And every day, the body, every night, in complete action. Outside, no action, and having no action to take food. This is also not a time to stir, because it's still and finally no. But we can live for us to do, we can live without touching outside.
काही योगी आपला देह टिकवतो,
इंटेक म्हणतो जगाला आकांपान करतो. जलपान करतात, धूम्रपान करतात. त्याचे कित्येक तपश्चर्याने आकांपान करतात. आकाशामध्ये मासे वेगळे आहेत.
some people consume the space and live. Because the space contains all the elements of 5 elements. These are concepts multiplying into more concepts.
त्याच्यामुळे वाचण्याचा आठव आहे म्हणून आहे. वाचण्याचा आठव आहे त्याला अमुक वर्षात आता अज्ञाला आठवच्या वगैरे असणार नाही देखील नको. अज्ञानाला असण्याचा आठव नवा तो आठव आला एवढंच.
Now he says, suppose is primary memory. Primary memory is so many years old or so many days old. Why do you count that time? Because that primary memory has appeared. On whom? On some principle, the primary memory has come. How do you account the age? From the appearance of that primary memory, I am. But whatever the principle on whom this primary memory has come must be there as a background. That background should be eternal. It should always be there.
ती आठवण आली तो तिकडनं सगळं उगम पावलेलं आहे.
असं त्याला लगेच गिरायला आले आपण.
Now this memory, I am, has occurred to whom? Is it to that principle or is it to somebody else? Is that I amness memory has come over that principle or to somebody else?
Comment is a present silence. It is without memory, without we have no
तिकडे ते येतात.
पण आता आठवण आली कोणाला.
Now, whatever that memory is there, I am, to whom is it? To whom is it that memory?
Small pieces of lava. A small piece of lava of this root that we have always to draw to every this kind of memory to the front line. Then one piece of lava. काय पण विषय का
ही जाणीव पोटावर not a piece of rock of memory.
अलग म्हणलं माझं लढलं.
What does it matter? Suppose if I call it a rock, चालेल पण memory has
Sometimes the brain can give you a wrong. It doesn't matter.
एवढं झाला ज्याला कळलं तो पूर्ण ब्रह्म.
the one who knows that your brain has become a rock, that is Purna Brahma. That is the absolute principle.
माझ्या बुद्धीमुळे होणार सोय करणं होणार नाही. बुद्धीमुळे होणार सोय.
You will not be affected by the tortures of the brain.
Joy.
The gamble. Gamble or gamble.
Simple and simple.
Suppose we call it dance. Would you mind it?
It can be done.
Dance.
Dance. Yes.
Oh yes. Oh.
We are posing this consciousness, this manifestation then, to be very to read, which how to be kind of that.
Again.
Then and dance or whatever you call it.
हे जर नसेल तर ही जाणीव भयंकर असली पाहिजे, भयंकर झाली असते. हा जर नृत्य वगैरे जर नसेल तिकडे तर ही जाणीव
असं काय तुझं जाणीव नसताना काय जाणीव नसताना भयंकर अर्थ काय तुझं काहीतरी बघतो. अरे साध्या संपत्ती का जाणीव असताना भय आणि अहंकार असतो का.
can there be fear? Can there be fear and danger in the absence of consciousness?
भय आणि अहंकार
Can there be ego and fear in the absence of consciousness, I amness?
भय आणि अहंकार जाणीव नसताना असतो काय काय भय म्हणतो.
I म्हणतो असतो म्हणते तरी समजत in the absence of your consciousness can there be fear and ego? नाही नाही म्हणतो.
मग भयंकर कसं बोलतात. जाणीव नसताना भयंकर
Terrible.
Terrible. What is that? Why did you use that word terrible? Without gamble or dance, consciousness can be terrible, you said.
No, we are only bothering.
Bothering.
Yes, bothering. It is bothering. No, only will that.
तुमच्या उद्भवतो त्याला मूर्खपणाशिवाय द्यायचंही नको. त्याच्यानंतर मूर्खपणा पाहिजे.
The principle which has come out of the stupidity of somebody, it wants to involve in stupidity. Otherwise, it's not happy. If there is no stupidity, that principle becomes restless.
The way it seems to be happening to me is that there's certain areas of my mind that I can pull back and see very clearly that I'm not that. There are other areas of my mind that still have a sticky quality that I get caught up in. And one of those qualities of stickiness is time. And that is, I'm trying to understand time so that I can get out of it.
ते म्हणते त्याचा सुटायला करतोच काय भोगावं लागतो. भोगावं लागतो.
Witness and understand the time, or you are compelled to suffer the time.
As a witness, so mostly I suffer.
मला भोगावं लागतं ह्याचं मला दर्शन होतं.
भोगणं भाग पडतंय यज्ञाने बघतोय.
इथे आर यू कंपेल्ड टू सफर or spontaneously you are made to suffer?
I know I'm not compelled to suffer. I'm suffering because I cannot see clearly what is happening.
काही नाही. अख्ख्या दिवसाचा अनुभव तू घेतोय म्हणून बोलतोय, तर घ्यावा लागतोय. अख्ख्या दिवसाचा अनुभव तुला घेतोय, तू माणूस बघतोस, तुला भोगावं लागतो.
The suffering of the entire day, whatever suffering you are undergoing during the course of the entire day, it is spontaneously happening to you, or you deliberately accepting the suffering on your own, on your authority.
By choice.
No, it's spontaneously happening.
हे आपोआप होत आहे. मग त्याच्यावर गोष्टी नाही करायला लागतात. त्याच्यात चर्चा कशी करतो.
There is the question of deliberating on this point. Once you know it is continuously happening, it is continuously happening. You cannot think about it change. Just understand that it is spontaneously happening. That's all of that.
बऱ्याच वर्ष मागच्या दिवसाचा अनुभव घ्यावा लागला, भोगावा लागला. त्याच्यामध्ये किती कोट्यावधी अर्थ भोगावे लागले. झालं काय, अनुभव भोगवला, मागच्या दिवसाचा अनुभव भोगला. पण त्याचे किती प्रकार घडले, वाजण्याचे, हसण्याचे, लिमारीचे, कचरे कचरे. हे कशामुळे दिवसाचा अनुभव घ्यावा लागला म्हणून. तो तुला नाकारता येणार नाही. जोपर्यंत येणार आहे दिवसाचा अनुभव, तोपर्यंत तुला नाकारता येणार नाही.
This is in the course of the day, appearance of the day, with appearance of the I am, with the wakingness of the I am-ness. You are experiencing the day, and in the course of that day, you are experiencing millions of experiences. Sound is that, so many experiences. But it is all spontaneous happening to you. Spontaneous experiencing because of the waking state. Spontaneous. So long as it is going to come in the form of the waking state, you cannot avoid it. It is spontaneous happening.
मग अनेक प्रकारचे घडल्यानंतर अख्ख्या दिवसामध्ये तू घडवलेले ते आपल्या घडलेले आहेत ते.
Now in the course of the day, so many incidents, so many experiences happen to you. Did you bring them about, or naturally they will happen? आपोआप होतो.
आजच्या दिवसाचा अनुभव तू परत करू शकतोस का?
Can you return the experience of today? Can you return?
मग त्या दिवसात येणारे अनुभव तू पाहू शकतोस का?
Therefore, whatever experience that you are going to undergo, can you avoid? नाही.
मग मनाची भांडवल घेऊन आमच्याकडे कसं जायचं? मन माझं आवडत नाही, असं आहे तसं आहे म्हणून.
Therefore, he says, why did you bring that complaint against the mind that you are not able to control it? You can't begin.
साक्षी तुला भोगावं लागतं, म्हणून हे सर्व भोगावं लागतंय.
You are in a position to suffer the witnessing of this day.
कोणी वाटेला नाही. ऐकून
Witnessing of this is happening to you. Unavoidable.
कशा आवडलं तुला कळतं का?
Now is it clear to you how to control the mind? Don't control. आपण मग उदाहरणाचा प्रश्न आहे. Daily of witnessing, plus witness.
येणाऱ्या दिवसाच्या अनुभवामध्ये तू माणूस आहेस.
Among all the experiences, you count as one, then you are a human being. Embodied, embroiled person with body, mind.
त्या अनुभवातल्या माणसाचं तू बरोबर काय करू शकतोय? काय करू शकशील? दिवसाचा अनुभव येतो, याचा तू माणूस आहे.
Now see,
याचा तू बरोबर काय करू
the
शकतो?
experience of this waking world day, waking state, you. In that, you are clinging to a human body as I am. Now in that human body is suffering, what can you do?
मुद्दा झालाय, बोल ना.
It's done now. Why don't you speak? Actually, there's a thought. बुद्ध बोलत नसतो.
दादा असं जाणून सर्व काही वावरून गेलं.
हो.
आता आम्ही म्हणतो, असं जाणल्यानंतर सगळं काही वावरून गेलं.
It is possible sometimes, having understood all this, having imbibed all this, one has transcended everything. One could transcend everything.
आणि तुम्हाला त्याची ओळख द्यायची तर मग नाव सांगायचं भगवान श्रीकृष्ण परमात्मा. काय केलं तर कमी केलं त्यांनी, आणि त्यांनी काय केलं आता ह्या उत्तराप्रमाणे भगवान श्रीकृष्णाने काहीतरी केलं का तो म्हणजे मी काय केलं ते कधी काय करत.
Now, if you want some personality, it's not personality. If you want some state who has transcended all this, take Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Lord Krishna. What he didn't do, everything he was doing. He was not trying to control mind at time. He was doing everything. But he was still apart.
तरी त्याच्या अनुभवाला ती मजा करू शकतो.
Can you erect the approaching day on you? Approaching day of action. Can you erect that time?
मग कर्मदेवान कशाला येतो म्हणायचा.
Then why do you take pride in your action, in your sadhana, in your discipline, that I have done this and that?
पाण्यात त्याला घेऊन मुख्यमंत्री गेला.
Once the observation has occurred to you of the whole day, the day is gone, over.
त्या दिवसाच्या अनुभवामध्ये तो खड्ड्यात पडला होता. वर काढू शकतो दिवस गेला आणि त्या खड्ड्यातून तुला कसं खड्ड्यात दिवस गेल्यावर.
During the experience of the day, you have fallen in a pit, and the day is gone. When the day is gone, can you remove yourself out of the pit?
From that pit.
Because the day is gone. So also the pit is gone, and you have fallen into the pit. So when the day is gone, can you remove yourself out of that pit?
No. दिवसाचा जन्म झालाय की तुझा झालाय. व्यवहार झाला. दिवसाचा जन्म झाला की तुझा झालाय.
The day is full of activities. Whether the birth of that day has happened or your birth has happened. Your birth or the birth of the day?
पुन्हा
One thing that I'm not, yeah, along this line, yeah. Something I'm not real certain about is that what I see during the day is that I have a certain detachment to it. Sometimes I'm not detached, sometimes I'm very caught in, and other times I can stand back. And there's a certain feeling for other people. That's part of the mind too. That I see it as being an important aspect of action. And I'm wondering if I stand back from that, whether that would just be completely disinterested and there wouldn't be any affection or any kind of compassion for people, or be just disinterest, or whether, because I think that's an important aspect of it, and I'm not sure. If you hear the question?
अनुभवात आलेल्या दिवसातून जर चित्र हा काढतो आहे. दिवस गेला म्हणजे तू काय आहे रे.
When you are stayed on, that is your image. When the day is over, where is your image?
तुका दुःखदायी होऊ शकतो, दुःखदायी का होऊ शकतो लोकांना. होऊ शकतोस का. दिवस गेला तर
How dare you say that you will do something good? You will be helpful to the people. You will show compassion to the people. or you will not show compassion to people. Where is the question?
Still arise in somebody who's completely disinterested in the world?
ज्याला जगाबद्दल काही दया क्षमा त्याच्या compassion in whom?
दिवस क्या पोरांची माहिती देतोय मी बोलतोय ना त्याबद्दल जन्माला आलेल्या दिवस या पोरांबद्दल मी बोलतोय फोन केले त्याच्यात कुटुंबात लोक दया बिलकुल काय करतो जीवन नावाला की आहे जन्म जगाचा काय काय जागा
of that child day, consciousness, that is creating. The birth of that, I am telling the story of that. Consciousness is a day. Dawning of the day. Means the dawning of a consciousness. I am giving the story of that consciousness.
Actually, this is part of the story.
आपण गोष्ट सांगता त्यामध्ये जी दया क्षमा किंवा सद्भावना त्यामध्ये झाली
Yes.
It's a story itself, part of the show.
आत्मप्रेम अवस्था आहे ती आत्मप्रेम अवस्थेवर सगळ्या गोष्टी आहेत
It is all this day manifestation, everything is embraced by that love I am, the consciousness. Because of the consciousness, it is itself is the love. I love it. I am means I love it. All this dawning of the day, this dawning of the manifestation is because of that I love it. Consciousness. Because you are daily. You are living all the manifestation is because you are. And why you are? Because you know you are. See?
लोकांना हे पाहिजे मजुरी करणार हरकत पाहिजे हिंमत पाहिजे हे पाहिजे हे नको त्याच्यात जेवण व्यक्ती सगळं का त्याच्यात तू करायला कोणी तयार होतात आहे तो मजूर म्हणा फुकून टाकायला कोणी तयार नाही मजूर म्हणा पाहिजे मी करता मी भोगता
The common people, they would like to do. They want to claim that they are doing something. They want to claim authorship. I am the doer. In short, he is a worker. He is a laborer. They want to do something and earn something. They are wasting. So they want something, some talk concerning such doing. So Maharaj said about Krishnamurti knows all the people, what type of stuff they are made of. Therefore, when he talks very profound and astute subject, he knows fully well that nobody is going to understand him.
तू माझे नाही रविचंद्र माझे नाही
You are not inclined to talk, or the medicine you are is not inclined to talk.
नम्र सामर्थ्य काय त्या बोलण्या
In all these thoughts, can we get a sample of that principle Buddhi is born or is going to die? No? Nine.
रोज येतात अनुभव कसं झालं की काय बिघडलं आपलं
With his understanding,
अनुभवाचे सगळं होतं दिवस पण आपण दिवसाला जातो
the course of the day of experience is everything is happening. And I am the witness. I am not a second. That is reaction.
जनार म्हणून कोणाचं मला
So who's death and who's birth? Why should I worry about the birth and death?
आपण निर्माण करून घेतो तिथे कोण आलं
मला जाग आली स्वप्नात तर तुम्ही जाग आली म्हणतो आणि तुम्ही स्वप्नात तर मी झोपलो म्हणतो
हो हे म्हणून लग्न कार्य होतं सगळं का झोप मारतो
हो
सगळं जरी नाही त्याच्यामुळे कोण प्लॅन जगलं काय झालं माझी घरी होती का त्याच्यात बघितलं सगळ्याची एकच त्याच्यात
10th February 1980.
10th February 1980, talks begin.
Which seems to me can be misinterpreted by me. The sentence says, whenever a form is infused with life, consciousness appears by reflection of awareness in matter. I'm trying to understand this sentence rightly. Whenever form is infused with life, consciousness appears by reflection of awareness in matter. It seems that consciousness is produced by form. Whenever a form is infused with light, consciousness appears by reflection of awareness in matter. It should be the other way around.
I know this sentence. वाक्य असं आहे की जिथं जिथं आकार आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये प्राण आहे तिथं जाणीव जड पदार्थ आहे त्याच्यावरून शुद्ध जाणीव त्याचं प्रतिबिंब म्हणून निर्माण होते. ही म्हणते तिने वाचल्याप्रमाणे तिला असं वाटतं की आकारामुळे जाणीव येते ते उलट असायला नको का असं म्हणते. म्हणजे जाणीवेमुळे आकार येतो तिने असं याच्याप्रमाणे आकारामुळेच जाणीव येते असं तिचं तिची समज
देवा प्रकरणामध्ये देवावस्थेमध्ये या गोष्टी आहेत बाकी जे शुद्ध म्हणून आहे ते व्यापकच आहे. याच्यातून पंचभूते वनस्पतीला रसातून फळ अशी निर्मिती चालते.
This has reference only to a particular form, whereas the pure awareness is everywhere. It is totally present in anything that is manifest.
In matter.
Everywhere. Everywhere. In total manifestation. And that sentence refers to the particular individual form. That wherever there is a form and there is breath, consciousness automatically appears in that individual form. Whereas
It must be a stone.
if the stone, it says whenever an individual form is imbued with life, that is, with the vital force, that is the breath, then the consciousness automatically appears in that form which is imbued with life. You mean that refers to the individual
You
form?
have said the word breath.
Yes, yes. By life is meant the vital force, the breath. Prana.
There is prana in a plant. Prana goes in a plant. So there is appearance of consciousness in a plant.
Yes, I'll ask you. I mean, let me not give you an answer. Let me put it to you. He म्हणते मग एका yes,
हे दृश्य दिसतंय कोणतेही दृश्य हे दृश्य चैतन्याचा आकाश पण बनलेला आकार सगळे दृश्य आकार पुन्हा आकाशामध्ये एकूण होऊन जातात. आमच्या देहबुद्धीला फक्त वेगळं दिसत आहे ना त्या चैतन्याचाच आकार बनलेला.
this is the entire manifestation is imbued with this being. And only because of our individual the way of looking at things individually that we separate it into individual, whereas the entire manifestation is imbued with this one concept, which is the form. The entire manifestation is the form of the consciousness. The space and everything is the expression of this consciousness.
पुढे कधी तुम्हाला जेव्हा तुमच्या लक्षात येईल तुम्ही असले ती ज्ञान जाणीव आहे ही तुम्हाला तिथल्या अखेर जगात ते तुम्ही समजते. पुढे गेल्यानंतर तुम्हाला कळतं. आज तुम्ही ध्यान जेव्हा जवळून बुद्धीच्या आटोक्यामध्ये एवढं तुम्ही जाणतो. पण तेव्हा सुद्धा चैतन्याची मूर्ती आहे आणि आकाशाची पुतळी बनलेली आहे ते पुन्हा एकूण दृष्ट आकाशामध्ये घडून जातो.
Now we think, whatever we think or perceive, we perceive from the point of view of our identification with the body. Later on, when there is spiritual progress, we will realize that the entire manifestation comes from this consciousness and ultimately will merge in that consciousness or space. That we'll see later, not now. So long as we are identifying ourselves with the body, we will not know it. But later when there is spiritual progress, we will realize that the entire manifestation is of the consciousness.
आज तुम्ही ज्ञान झाल्याचं म्हणता ते ज्ञानाची जात फक्त तुम्ही झाला असा परंतु नंतर तुम्हाला त्या ज्ञान जाचेचं जेव्हा ज्ञान होईल त्याच्या बारीकशा लोकांमध्ये विश्वाचं रूप भरलेलं असं तुम्हाला तेव्हा तुम्ही माणूस नसणार म्हटलं.
At the moment we look at as a human being, identifying ourselves with the body. Later on, we will find that this consciousness is not with an individual, but it is manifest. The entire manifestation is imbued with consciousness, and when that is being perceived, we will no longer have been an individual or a human being. We have given up our individuality as a human being.
आज तुम्ही ज्ञान घेता करता तरी पण देहाच्या आढळून चालून तुम्हाला ज्ञान नाही देहाच्या आढळून असून ज्ञान आहे.
So whatever knowledge we have is along with our identification with the body. When that identification is lost, the knowledge will become pure knowledge. And what is seen in that pure knowledge will be different from what is seen through the knowledge along with the identification.
तुम्ही जेव्हा दुसरं आतलं जग बाहेर पाहता ज्याला तुम्ही स्वप्न म्हणता आता असलेलं जग बाहेर पाहता तेव्हा स्वप्न म्हणता तेव्हा कशाच्या आत असते ते तुम्ही असलेलं जे आता तुम्हाला जाणवले तुम्ही आत असे जाणवले त्याच्या आत असते. मग ते जागृतही कसं आहे आणखी स्वप्नातही तसंच आहे. तुम्ही या जागे झाला हे त्याचा कोष आहे दिसणाऱ्या जगात आणि असणाऱ्या जगात अशी ही वस्तुस्थिती आहे. पण तुम्ही या देहाच्या आठवणीने काय पाहता तुम्ही या बुद्धीबद्दल जेव्हा पुस्तकात बसते तेवढं तुम्ही मानता पण कोणतंही दृश्य आकाशरूप आहे कोणतंही दृश्य अदृश्य झालं पुन्हा आकाशात दृश्य झालं म्हणजे मग त्याला तुम्ही जात आपल्या घराकडे नावं ठेवलेली आहे पण वास्तविक त्याला नाव असं नाही आहे आणि कायम व्यक्तिरूप नाही आहे ते व्यक्त आहे आणि व्यक्त आहे ते कळत नाही. थोडस कायापुरती आहे, कायापुरते कळते आहे, काय सगळ्या काया भरून लागले की मला कळत नाही. त्याच्यानंतर तुम्हाला ज्ञानयोग सांगला मग ज्ञानयोग म्हणजे आपणच नाही ते ज्ञान आणि जग कसं एकच आहे हे कळलं पाहिजे. याला ज्ञानयोग.
Maharaj Singh, think in terms of a dream that one has. Now that dream comes when in deep sleep there is a slight, we have a slight stirring of consciousness when we think we are awake. We are not totally awake, but in that twilight of sleep and awakening, a dream appears, which is really in our consciousness. Now, what we see as manifestation is no different from this dream that we have as an individual. What we see as manifestation comes about when this bit of consciousness stirs and wakes up the mind. The mind creates a total manifestation. But so long as we are identified with the body, we consider only this individual dream as a dream. But when this identification with the body is given up and the pure knowledge comes about, then we shall see the entire manifestation as a dream. No different from the individual dreams one has. Manifestation will merge in that consciousness, and we will no longer think in terms of individual consciousness, but universal consciousness.
हे ज्ञान या ज्ञानाचा ज्ञानाचा योग झाला पाहिजे. तुम्ही शरीरातला ज्ञानाची योग करायला लागता आणि तो त्याला चालतो. मग ज्ञानाचा ज्ञानाचा योग झाला नाही. ज्ञानाचा बारीकचा जो भाग म्हणतो काय काय म्हणून त्याला अणु
अणु
आणि त्या रत्न सर्व आत बाहेर सर्व प्रकाशमान आहे. म्हणून रत्न म्हणून जे आहे आत बाहेर सगळा प्रकाश तर तुम्ही आपल्याला तो ज्ञान होणं सर्वांगे प्रकाशमान असून आत बाहेर दुसरा रूप आहे रंग आहे. विश्व रूप हे त्या कोशाचे अंग आहे आणि त्या कोशाचे दर्शन तुम्हाला तुम्ही असल्याचे ज्ञान आहे. दर्शन तुम्ही असल्याचे ज्ञान हा ज्ञान योग आहे.
This knowledge causing the Jnana Yoga. At the moment, whatever knowledge we have, we limit it. The knowledge really is total. What the word used is Vyapak, that is total manifestation. But we limit it to our individual consciousness. That when the individual consciousness merges with the universal, when the individual consciousness merges with the universal consciousness, then we shall find that this individual is only a speck of the entire light, the glowing self-effulgent light, which is of which the entire manifestation is only an expression. And the one we have, the individual, is only a speck of the total effulgent light. On this, do you have any question? And this total effulgent light is the total universe, is the expression of this effulgent light. And we limit it to our own individual life. So on this particular point, do you have any question?
The mind wants to be satisfied. I'm trying to understand along its own line with any kind of metaphor to quieten my mind. I come back to this discovery of the physicians when they reduce the whole cosmos into electrons, where there is no more matter. Electron has no matter. It is a spark of intelligence, they maintain. The electron by itself is the essence of intelligence, what they maintain, because it has in itself a total memory of the cosmic evolution, they pretend. So, I try to quieten my mind to push it away, saying that physicians nowadays have reduced the whole cosmos manifestation into something immaterial but intelligent. Is this kind of metaphor useful to me or not?
This technique.
This kind of
Technique.
similar.
Similar better.